Hi, welcome to the ENS 204 issue in Aquatic Resources Management. The reporter Puttason Kwong, which is a PhD student at School of Environmental Science and Management, University of the Philippines, Los Baños. So the river basin approach. So this presentation will walk you through about the river basin principle procedures, approaches. This outline of the presentation will help you to answer the question that's what is the river basin, the challenges faced by the river basin management, the key step involved in that river basin management, and also, of course, the benefits that derive from taking a river basin management approach. So let's talk about the river basins. River basins is the area of the land that's river and its tributary drains. It includes the whole land area, which is divided in and drained by the several streams and creeks that run downhill into one another and ultimately into the sea rivers. So what does the term river basin mean in relation to the watersheds? Some might be confused or not clear about what is the river basin and what is the watershed term that's used. So both river basins and watersheds are geographical regions that drain to particular body of water such as lake, stream, river, or estuaries. So all of the water in the river basin flow into the single huge river. The phrase watershed refers to the small regions of the land and drains into the stream, lake, or marsh. The river basin has a number of smaller watersheds. This is clear that the river basin has a number of the smaller watersheds. Okay, so they have sub-watersheds in the river basin area. So the challenges that faced by the river basins, as recently aquatic biodiversity is threatened by the pollution from both poised and non-poised and also the hydrological disruption, physical habitat manipulation, and biological contamination cause the uh, create the more challenges to the river basins. Water quality has recently improved in a number of the formerly contaminated locations. However, aquatic pollution continues to be threatened by a habitat deterioration. So in addition, the excess fertilizer, herbicide, insecticide from the agricultural land, residential area, oils, grease, and toxic chemical from urban runoff and energy production caused more challenges to river basin areas. Sedimentation from the improper managed or construction sites, crop and forest land, and eroding stream banks will cause the poison non-poisonous pollution, such as from industry waste spilling into river, factory drains. It's an example of the direct contamination of the waterways. So those toxins may seep into the groundwater and concentrate in the stream and river, eventually make their way down to the watershed into the sea. This is how it works. So that's why it is required a multidisciplinary study and is expert together to get involved in the procedures on the watershed management on river basin management approach. So some other challenges for the river basin management, like for example, cultural and political barriers, because some of the uh, countries believe norm, culture, society are will have a big influence, especially the political system have different way of they are acting on that particular issue on the water basins resource management. Lack of an engagements or a recognition of the all key stakeholders. This is very need to be take into seriously consideration, especially the key stakeholder that will get involved in the step and procedure of planning and management of the river basins. Insufficient scientific and practitioner knowledge, poor in understand of alternate value system, inadequate funding resources, valuing land use, agricultural process working across jurisdictional and international boundaries, and also changes in the climate change recently are becoming contemporary issues, and every nation are fighting against this climate change that happen across the globe. So the river basin management is actually especially based methods to maintain and restoring the quality and amounts of the river. RBM is the process of the coordinating conservation management and development of the water land related resources across its sector within a given river basin in order to maximize equitable economic social benefits from water resources while preserving where necessary restoring freshwater ecosystem. A river basin management plan are kind of management tool that used integrated management of the water resources that typically including details of the drainage basins, water resources, and water distribution strategies. So RPM utilizing river basins as a planning unit enable to integration of the adaptation planning across the sector reliant on common water and land resources including agricultural, forestry, fishery, water, energy and transportation, habitation conservation, and healthy of the ecosystem is a very important part of this river basin management. So the key elements of the successful implementing RBM initiative are the long-term river basin visions agreed upon by the all relevant party, integration of the policy choices and budgets across the sector, including industry, agriculture, urban development, navigation, fisheries management, and conservation. River basins scale strategic decision making that influences sub-basin or local activity. Timing, size, and change while operating within the strategic framework. Fair and informed planning, decision making by all relevant stakeholder party, and this is very important. Inadequate investment for a government, businesses, and NGO in river basin planning and participation process to work together collaboratively to ensure we are uh, consulting all party and get the idea of every party before we are proceeding to the implementation action of the management plans. A good understanding of the river basin and environmental social process that shape it could help to capture or the positive and negative impact that might occur to ecological and social economic aspect of those river basins managements. So the step procedure of this is involved in development of objective, regional and national score, water resource issue assessment, water resource policy strategy, strategic long-term planning, and integrated water resource management implementation and basin action plan, actions of the implementations, and finally will be come into the procedures on the monitoring and evaluation of the progress of those plans and approaches. So the key step involved in the RBMs, developing a river basin profile and identifying stakeholders is a very key issue and key step that need to be taken into consideration. Develop water dialogues among the stakeholders in order to identify concerns and possibility for establishing a common visions. Create roadmap with short, medium, long-term plan collaboration with stakeholders using the roadmap to create action plan that will be included into the social economic development plan at the various level, national, provincial, district, or that may become parts of the legislative framework. So monitor and assess execution of the action plan, which will serve as an entry point for upgrading each step throughout the following cycle of the river basin management approach. So what is the benefits from doing the RBM? Managing river to provide multiple benefits is therefore foundation to water security and water policy prioritizing because of the river flow is often insufficient to meet all the needs. Fully water management experts have acknowledged the need for the trade-off in the river management. So river provide water irrigation, domestic supply, power generation, industry, as well as a range of the water ecosystem services and intrinsic and biodiversity value that obtained from the river system. So reducing risk to people, property from flooding, make sure there is enough water for people and wildlife, protects and improve air, land, water quality, apply environmental standard within which industry can be operated is very important. So of course, so finally, is strategic benefits contribute to national, transnational interest and are often high prioritizing their include regional security, reduction in transboundary conflicts to improve cooperation, water, energy, food security, disaster risk reduction, and climate change resilience. Alright, this is the Horn's short review of the what the river basin management approach. I hope this can bring you uh, some ideas or concepts on the knowledge of the river basin management approach and how it works, what is the process or step that get involved into this procedure to ensure that we are have the right tracks and uh, effective of the implementation. Thank you very much for your watching. Hope to see you in for the next presentation. Bye bye.